I'm going to come to our guests here in the studio in just 1 second, but I also want to go across to our reporters. Arunima is joining us from outside Nirmala Sitharaman's residence. Akash is joining us from outside the MoS Finance's residence. Arunima, so all eyes on Nirmala Sitharaman. I said this at the top of the show. This is her record 8th consecutive budget. That in itself is historic.
Yes, absolutely. If you keep in mind all the interim budgets also that she has presented, being the first full-time woman finance minister, she's already set a record, and now she's all set to overhaul Morarji Desai's record as well very soon. At her residence, not much halchal yet, but in about half an hour or so, we are expecting the finance minister to step out of her residence, move towards North Block Finance Ministry. Once she is there, there will be a photo opportunity there also with her Bahi Khata. That famous briefcase has long given way to the Bahi Khata. Technology is what Nirmala Sitharaman has used in the last couple of budgets, and it will be no different this time. Then she'll call on the President of India, present the budget papers before she moves to the Parliament complex. At the Makar Dwar, that is the main Dwar of the new Parliament building. Once again, there will be a photo opportunity, followed by the Union Cabinet meeting, giving its stamp of approval to the budget. And then at 11 o'clock, she will finally rise in Lok Sabha to present the accounts for the government of this year. Manish Tiwari this morning has already accused her of grandstanding and said, why can't you just lay the paper on the table? So there could be some back and forth between the opposition and Nirmala Sitharaman once again. But it's raining here, Zaka, and the entire middle class and the lower middle class in India is definitely hoping it will be raining goodies once Nirmala Sitharaman starts speaking.
All right, will it be raining revdies? That's the question, because we also have an election coming up in a few days. So will the budget be able to completely ignore that? We'll look at all of that in just a second. I also want to get a quick word in from Akash, who's joining us from the MoS Finance's residence. Akash, I know it's a team. So you have the pictures from last evening, the finance minister, the MoS, the entire team, finance secretary, revenue secretary, economic affairs secretary, and all of the entire team that was preparing the budget. Tell us what's it looking like out there.
Right, Zaka, just a while back, we were discussing that how MoS Finance, Pankaj Chaudhary has got an experience now. He has been in the ministry for quite some time, and he's coming from an area where he has got enough of experience of the class that we are talking about. Because yesterday, Prime Minister, dropped major hints as to what we are going to expect in this budget. But yet, in some time from now, we are expecting that MoS would come. And in fact, cameras are ready because we are expecting that he would be, speaking to media before going to Finance Ministry. And then, as Arunima mentioned, we are going to have this photo op and the budget then. This time around, everyone is expecting some sort of announcement for middle class specifically. As you rightly pointed out, tax is something that everyone is, in fact, anticipating that something would be coming. But this particular picture that we are going to get in some time from now is going to be very, very interesting because Nirmala Sitharaman is going to present the first full budget of Modi 3.0. And in some time from now, we are expecting that MoS would be coming out and would be speaking to media.
All right,
Zaka.
Akash, we'll leave it at that. Thank you very much to our reporters. Before we open it up to our guests here in the studio, because the survey came out yesterday and it sort of set the template for what the budget is going to look at, and it's also set the template for our conversation here. Let's take a look at some of the highlights of the economic survey. The top line, of course, is that the GDP number, FY25 at 6.4%. There is, of course, global uncertainty. Rahul referred to the trade headwinds, the protectionism in the Western markets led by the United States. So the big headline number is 6.4% FY25. All sectors are performing well according to the economic survey. The GDP, the two sectors that they are looking for more fillip is agriculture, which is slightly sluggish, and of course services, which is now above the pre-pandemic trend. The industrial sector also, there are some concerns it has raised about manufacturing, but it's moving in the direction of getting to the pre-pandemic levels. Despite these challenges, there are some positive signs. Inflation management, for example, at 4.9%. It's slightly outside the comfort window, the range that the RBI has laid out, but it has softened from 5.4% in the financial year 23-24 to now 4.9% in the April to December period of 24-25. The survey has also pointed out to the uncertainty in the global markets, but it's assured that strong macroeconomic fundamentals and a favorable business environment could propel India to a high economic growth path. Commercial banks have reported consistent decline in their gross NPAs. In fact, I think the survey says 2.6%, if my memory serves me right. Also, that insurance premiums have grown, so that's a sign of confidence in the consumer class. Now, the economic blueprint has also highlighted that total exports have registered a steady growth for the first 9 months of financial year 25. It's crossed $600 billion. So